I lost my mind.
Look, I'm
Eric.
Look, I'm
Adele Yankova.
Look, I'm
Barney.
Look, I'm
Girlfriend.
Look, I'm
The
Look, I'm
Johnny Nim.
Look, I'm
era.
Look, I'm
Brian and Bree.
Look, I'm
Mr. Greeny Michael.
Look, I'm
Erica.
Look, I'm
Susie. Hi, Freddie. How are you?
Look, I'm
Dancing Dubes.
Look, I'm
Kate City
Look, I'm
and Gayla.
Look, I'm Look, I'm
Broken ruler.
Look, I'm Cat International. Look, I'm
Cheetah!
Look, I'm
Miranda Cosgrove.
Look, I'm
Fat.
Look,
The Wiggles.
Look, I'm
Moose A Moose and ZD Bird anyway.
Look, Look,
You are grounded 4767700000000064644644646 years.
We will
Look, I'm
Little girl.
Look, I'm
Kill Osama bin Laden from
Look, I'm Cat International. Look, I'm Cat International. Look, I'm Look, I'm Look, I'm Look, I'm Look, I'm Look, I'm
Ready, Rudolph.
Hey there, are you Dan? Craig's roommate.
No, I'm Bill. That's Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan. Who are you?
Peter Smith. Craig said I should talk to you about, well,
Druidism?
What else does Craig talk about?
We can speak openly. Everyone here knows my strange habits. Oh, that's Zoe. And Sam is over there stacking the wood that we cut for rail maintenance.
Oh, go on. I'm not leaving. I'm resting. It's hot out here.
We'll keep it quick. We gotta get out of here safely before the sun sets. So, Peter, have you still got room in your head after visiting with Craig?
he does like his research.
And little else. Oh, man, every day. Sometimes he gets up on that soapbox for an hour, and it's druids this and druids that, and then all that swooning and moaning about Sarah. He ought to know it ain't gonna happen with her. What can I say? He's a drama queen.
So, he's like that all the time.
Afraid so? He's always in Druid Drive mindset now. He wasn't like this when we were lab mates a few years before the trip to Ireland. It changed him. I'm going to be rooming with Bill here this fall, or Craig would drive me crazy.
Craig is over the top, and he's missing classes for a week or two at a time. Won't say why.
Don't worry, the rest of us aren't like him. Craig is a classic example of one of the problems in Druidism.
What's that?
You must have learned by now how patchy our system is, but it's on purpose. The holes let the breeze come through. They leave room for experimentation. But Craig wants to fill in the gaps, not just for himself, but for all of us. All with the best intentions, mind you. I don't know, but it seems hard for some folks to stop imitating all the big boys on the religious scene. What starts out as a charming custom, or regular local colorful tradition, wants to put down roots. I hope Craig was in one of his more balanced moods.
Huh?
Slide 6 shows our Jack Pine Grove began 6 years ago in 2005. There are only 3 college groves in all the reform, amongst the 20 in the RDNA and 12 in the RDG.
Yes, that's worth pointing out to the new students. College groves have to deal with a high turnover rate even amongst the most enthusiastic members. But other groves are so much more stable. We're probably okay for this year, right?
Well, these are our 10 core members, with 4, maybe 7 others who keep in touch. I think we're doing quite well, considering how many clubs are closing due to the enrollment problems. Students are gravitating towards us for some strange reason.
Exactly, but we haven't had many people leaving the lower orders.
Maybe because our 4 officers haven't changed for over 2 years. We've really been on autopilot for a while.
True, you just graduated, but we've still got 3 solid seniors. Sarah, Craig and Thomas, which is great for this year, but not so good for next year. Dan and Kiki are juniors this year. Peter is a sophomore. Wanda and I are not students. And Zoe? How old is she?
No clue. Zoe never told me. But she's Kiki's older sister, isn't she?
Come to think of it, I've never heard Zoe talk at all, have you?
No. She's a bit strange. She must have her reasons. Anyway, back to grove planning.
We'll usually have about 9 new folk for fall term, though only 4 or 6 stay on throughout the year. We need at least 4 core members next summer, or the grove may fall apart. A new generation. Who knows which direction they'll head off next year?
Yeah, impossible to tell. New folks, new focus. In summary, looks like we were good for this year. I'd recommend Thomas and Sarah to do the recruiting drive in September. She'll do the facts and he'll keep it lively. We'll have officer elections at the Lunasa Festival next week. Most of us stayed here this summer, and the others can vote by phone or email.
So, I guess Thomas will be Archdruid. Sarah Preceptor. Maybe Kiki Server. And of course Craig will be Bard. Again.
Maybe, but it could be anyone. By the rules of our grove, everyone is eligible and automatically nominated for each role, regardless of their current order. So maybe you could be Archdruidess this year, or be the Preceptor again? What do you think? You have so much experience and wisdom to give us. Better than Thomas?
Balanced moods? Well, he was a bit intense the first time I met him. And he's a bit of a control freak. But he indicated his disagreement over the Celtic content of the Jack Pine Grove.
That's good. At least he's being upfront. Everyone in the reform has an axe or two to grind, a pet peeve or ghost from their past. Being Mr. Celtic, Craig probably has 3 of them. As a word of caution, we must distinguish the members' interests, the Grove's customs, and the RDNA tendencies. People don't always stop and explain, and then it's hard to untangle the mess later.
So what's your axe?
Druidical axes? Sounds heretical, doesn't it?
Do the other druids mind you cutting down trees in the forest?
I think they understand why I'm doing it.
Pero no me gusta estar en un arbusto.